Every year during Ambubachi, Kamakhya Temple closes its door for 3 days. No public darshanam, no one enters the sanctum. The sacred Yoni stays covered. Still, lakhs of people gather on Nilachal Hill. Sadhakas, tantriks, families, sadhus, people from every part of India and even from other countries come here. They come even when the temple is closed. Why? What really happens inside during these 3 days? Why is Maa given rest? Why is the Yoni covered? And why does the Yogini Tantra give such a strong warning about entering the temple at this time? To understand this, we have to see Kamakhya in the right way. Kamakhya is not like other temples. This is the Yoni Peetha of Maa Kamakhya. Here we worship the sacred Yoni, the source of all creation. In our tradition, Yoni is not a bad word. Yoni is the sacred place from where life begins. Maa is not worshipped here mainly as a human form. She is worshipped as the very power of creation. But this doesn't mean Maa Kamakhya has no form. The Kalika Purana also gives a powerful dhyana form of Maa. In that description, Maa has 6 faces, 12 arms and 18 eyes. Her 6 faces are connected with Maheshwari, Kamakhya, Tripura, Charada, Kameshwari and Chandika. She is shown over God Shiva with a lion beneath. This is not showing God Shiva as defeated. This is showing a deep tantric truth. God Shiva is pure consciousness. Shakti is the power that makes creation move. Without Shakti, even God Shiva remains still. Once you understand this, Ambubachi will start making sense. Kamakhya Temple stands on Nilachal Hill in Guwahati, Assam. But in our older tradition, this region is not just Guwahati. It is Kamarupa. Even the name Kamakhya has many layers. In the Sanskrit Shakta tradition, Kamakhya connects with Kama, Kamarupa, Kamadeva and the sacred Yoni Peetha. But many scholars point to an older mother goddess layer behind Kamakhya. This region was close to indigenous communities like Khasi and Garo, where mother worship was already strong. Some traditions connect the name with Ka-me-kha or Ka-ma-kha, pointing to an older ancestral mother. So Kamakhya is not only a Sanskrit temple name, it also carries the memory of an older mother worship of this land, which later merged beautifully into the Shakta tradition. Kamarupa is one of the most powerful Shakti Kshetras of India. The Kalika Purana gives whole chapters to Maa Kamakhya, her worship, her rituals, her glory, and the sacred places of Kamarupa. That itself shows how important this Kshetra is. Kamakhya is not a temple that became famous only because of Ambubachi Mela. The roots of this place go much deeper. This is a place of Shakti worship. This is a place of Tantra. This is a place where goddess is approached with devotion, discipline, mantra, ritual and maryada. Now let us begin the very first story of Kamarupa, the story of Sati Devi. Long ago, Daksha Prajapati performed a great yajna. He invited many gods and sages, but he did not invite God Shiva. When Sati Devi heard about the yajna, she went there even though God Shiva had told her not to go. At the yajna, Daksha insulted God Shiva in front of everyone. Sati Devi could not bear this insult. She sat in deep meditation, and through her yogic power, she gave up her body. When God Shiva came to know this, he was filled with unbearable pain. He picked up Sati Devi's body and started wandering across the universe. The balance of creation was disturbed. Then God Vishnu used his Sudarshana Chakra. Sati Devi's body divided into 51 parts. Wherever those parts fell, those places became Shakti Peethas. Here at Nilachal Hill, the Yoni of Sati Devi fell. That is why this place became Yoni Peetha. Kalika Purana also gives a deeper detail. It says that when the Yoni Mandala of Sati Devi fell here, Maa herself entered this place. So Nilachal Hill is not just a hill. For devotees, it is seen as the body of Maa. There is another important story connected with Kamakhya in the Yogini Tantra. After creating the universe, God Brahma became so proud. He thought he had done everything by himself. But creation needs Shakti. Without Shakti, even God Brahma cannot create. So Maa decided to teach him a lesson. From God Brahma's pride, a terrible demon named Keshi was born. This Keshi is actually not the horse demon killed by God Krishna in Vrindavana. This Keshi belongs to the Kamakhya tradition, okay? So he was born from the arrogance of God Brahma. Keshi became so powerful that he even threatened God Brahma. God Brahma became terrified and went to God Vishnu. God Vishnu understood that this problem came from his ego. So both God Brahma and God Vishnu went to Maa and surrendered to her with full devotion. Pleased by their devotion, Maa destroyed the demon Keshi. Then she told them about the power of this place. She said this place holds her creative energy. She also said that God Brahma's pride had hidden this place from him. Part of his mistake would be cleared only when he made a grazing ground for cows here. In our tradition, cow stands for nourishment and dharma. So God Brahma had to come down from his pride and serve life. Only then would the hidden power of Maa start revealing itself. The rest of his mistake would go only after he meditated here until a star from the sky made the place visible. Even Brahma, who creates the universe, had to surrender to Maa because creation itself comes from Shakti. There is one more story that makes the name Kamarupa very meaningful. This story is connected with Kamadeva. Once the gods needed God Shiva and goddess Parvati to unite, because only their son could defeat the demon Taraka. So Kamadeva came with his sugarcane bow and flower arrows to disturb God Shiva's deep meditation. Kamadeva shot his arrow to God Shiva. Suddenly, God Shiva opened his third eye and Kamadeva was burnt into ashes. From that moment, Kamadeva became Anaga, the bodiless one. But in the sacred geography of Kamarupa, Kamadeva did meditation and later regained his form. That is why this land is called Kamarupa, the place where Kama regained Rupa or form. Now see how all these stories come together. In the Sati Devi story, the Yoni of Sati Devi falls here. In the Yogini Tantra story, God Brahma learns that creation comes from Maa's Shakti. And in the Kamadeva story, desire itself gets its form back in Kamarupa. So Kamakhya is not just a temple where people ask for blessings. This is the place where creation, desire, form and Shakti all are understood as sacred. Now Ambubachi will make more sense. Ambubachi happens during the monsoon. According to the traditional calculation, this time comes around Mrigashira and Ardra nakshatras. After the hot summer, the first rains arrive. The dry earth becomes soft, the land becomes ready to grow new life. At Kamakhya, this natural cycle is observed as the annual ritu kala of Maa. So for these 3 days, the temple closes. Maa is given sacred seclusion. No one disturbs her. No one enters the covered Peethasthana. No one touches the sacred Yoni. This is not disrespect. This is Maryada. When Maa is in Ritu Kala, the temple does not treat the Garbhagriha like a public object for darshanam. The temple gives her rest. Also, Yogini Tantra gives a strong warning about this period. It says that during the first 3 days, one should not enter the temple of Parvati. If someone touches her during this time, it brings a curse and shortens life. These are very strong words, but we must understand them properly. This does not mean that everyone who comes during Ambubachi will face problems. Lakhs of devotees come, wait outside with devotion and pray. The warning is for those who break the limit, those who force their way inside, those who touch the sacred Yoni when it should not be touched. So what actually happens inside during these 3 days? Before closing, the sacred Peethasthana is covered with red cloth with full respect. Public darshanam stops. The other temples in the complex also close their inner doors. But Maa is not left without worship. Some special internal pujas continue quietly. Daily worship at Kameshwari continues. But the usual big afternoon offering is not done. Instead, simple and light offerings are given on banana leaves, like flattened rice, curd, mango, jackfruit, seasonal fruits. Even the food becomes simple and cooling while Maa rests. Ambubachi is not only from inside the temple. In the traditional families around Kamakhya, these 3 days affect daily life too. People avoid big functions and marriages. They avoid digging the soil, they avoid cutting nails, they avoid shaving, they avoid washing daily clothes too. They eat simple food like flattened rice, curd and fruits. They live with more simplicity and control. The idea is beautiful. When Maa is in Ritukala, society also becomes more restrained. When the earth is receiving rain and preparing for new life, people also avoid disturbing the soil unnecessarily. This is how people live in the rhythm with Maa. Outside the closed temple, a different world appears. The whole hill fills with people. Sadhakas and tantriks come from different parts of India and even from abroad. Some come to wait for the reopening darshanam, some come for their own sadhana and japa. Many sit quietly near the sacred kunds, especially Saubhagya Kund. If you go there during Ambubachi, you will not see a normal Mela crowd. Some are singing bhajans, some are doing japa, some are sitting in silence, some are listening to stories, some are taking guidance from tantriks and sadhakas.
Jai Maa. Ambubachi is one of the topmost festival of Northeast, and we are here to experience the emotion, the love between deity and disciple for the betterment of the society and the universe. We are doing some types of rituals and the sadhana for the betterment of our life and the growth of our spiritual journey. Jai Maa.
Then comes the fourth day, the day everyone waits for. The red cloth is removed with full respect, the shrine is cleaned and bathed, Maa is dressed again, full puja starts once more. Devotees receive two very special prasad here, Angodak, the sacred water, and Angabastra, also called Rakt Bastra, the sacred red cloth connected with Maa's Yoni. For us, this red cloth is not ordinary cloth. It carries Maa's blessings after her resting time. This is why people wait for hours, sometimes even days, just to receive a small piece of that red cloth. For a devotee, it's a sign that Maa's seclusion is over and her grace is flowing again. Ambubachi is beautiful, but Kamakhya is much bigger than these 3 days. Nilachal itself is a sacred mandala. Around Maa Kamakhya, we have the 10 Mahavidyas, the 10 great wisdom forms of the goddess. These 10 forms show the complete power of Maa. Beautiful, fierce, protective, compassionate, terrifying, and beyond our ordinary understanding. When we walk on Nilachala, we are walking through different layers of Maa's power. Wherever there is Shakti, Shiva is also present. On Nilachala, there are many sacred Shiva temples. Across the Brahmaputra on Peacock Island stands Umananda Temple. Every Shakti Peetha has a Bhairava Murti. So this Kamakhya Temple's Bhairava Murti is the Umananda Bhairava situated in this temple. Okay, let's come back to the ritual and worship of Maa Kamakhya. The Kalika Purana gives detailed ways to worship Maa Kamakhya. It speaks of offering cloth, food, flowers, lamps, mantras, and upacharas. This is a complete ritual system. There's one powerful story in the Kalika Purana about why the left path or the Vamachara became connected with this place. The story says that because of the power of Kamarupa, people worshipping here could go beyond Yama's control. This disturbed the cosmic order. So Yama, God Vishnu and God Brahma went to God Shiva. God Shiva asked Ugratara to clear the place. When Ugratara was doing this, she caught sage Vasishtha with her left hand and threw him away from the sacred region. Vasishtha became angry and cursed her. Because this action happened through the left hand, the tradition connects this incident with the rise of Vamachara, the left hand path in Kamarupa. But we must understand this with care. This path is not for random behavior. It is a serious path with strict rules and proper guru guidance. The story shows how powerful this Yatra is and how important it is to approach it with full respect and discipline. One of the most interesting stories connected with Maa Kamakhya is about King Naraka or Narakasura. In the old traditions of Assam and in Kalika Purana, Naraka is deeply connected with this land. Naraka wanted to marry Maa Kamakhya. Maa gave him a condition. Build a stone staircase from the bottom of the hill to my temple in one single night before dawn, and I will accept you. Naraka started working with full speed. Stone after stone, step after step, he was almost finished. Then Maa made a rooster crow before actual dawn. Naraka thought morning had come. He stopped the work in anger. In some version, he even killed the rooster. That place is still remembered as Kukurakata. The incomplete path is called Mekhelauja. Naraka had strength and ambition, but he did not have surrender. He wanted Maa as an object of desire. Kamakhya cannot reach through ego. Even if someone builds a staircase to her door, without humility, the final step will not open. The sacredness of Kamakhya is very ancient, but the temple we see today had gone through destruction and rebuilding. In the 16th century, Koch king Naranarayan and his brother Chilarai built the temple. According to local tradition, Naranarayan and Chilarai saw the damaged temple and vowed to rebuild it. After some victories, pride entered the king's mind. He postponed the work and went to war. His army faced defeat. Chilarai was captured. In prison, Chilarai prayed deeply to Maa and asked for forgiveness, not for completing the war first. Maa showed her grace. The story says Chilarai cured the Nawab's mother who had been bitten by a snake. The Nawab released him. After returning, Naranarayan and Chilarai rebuilt Maa Kamakhya's temple with full devotion. This story teaches one thing clearly. Kings do not own Maa Kamakhya. They receive honor only when they serve Maa with humility. While saying this, there is another story about Naranarayan. A priest named Kendukalai worshipped Maa with rare devotion. During evening worship, his singing was so full of bhakti that Maa herself would appear and dance inside the temple. When the king heard this, he wanted to see it. Kendukalai warned him, "This is not a show. This was a sacred moment between Maa and her devotee." But the king insisted. One evening, while the priest sang, the king secretly watched from outside. Maa saw him. The boundary was broken. She became angry. She turned Kendukalai into stone. Then she cursed the king. Neither he or his descendants should come to Nilachala. If they come, their family would face destruction. From that day, the family of Naranarayan avoided coming to Kamakhya. This story shows us that at Kamakhya, even a king cannot cross the limit. Devotion needs humility. In Kamakhya temple and tradition, Kumari Puja is one of the sacred and important puja. There is a beautiful story behind Kumari Puja. This story is connected with the Yogini Tantra tradition. Once a demon named Kola became very powerful and troubled the gods. The gods went to Maa. Maa said she would destroy him in the form of a young girl. She went to the demon and asked for food. The demon was happy and took her to his palace. Maa started eating. She ate everything. Finally, she consumed the demon himself. The gods then worshipped that young girl as a living form of Devi. From that time, worshipping young girls as Kumari became an important part of Shakti tradition. Most people visit the main Kamakhya temple and the Mahavidya temples. But on the other side of the Nilachala, inside the forest, there is a hidden place called Gupta Kamakhya. Gupta means hidden, and this place truly feels hidden. Very few people go there. Inside the forest, there is a huge Yoni-shaped rock and many caves where sadhakas do deep practice. I'm not speaking about this place as a tourist spot, also not encouraging to go there. Places like this are for silent and serious sadhana. Some parts of Tantra are meant for deep discipline, not for crowds. When we understand all this, Ambubachi becomes very different. It is not just a temple closing for 3 days. It is the annual ritu kala of Maa Kamakhya. In the land of Kamarupa, we can literally feel the presence and power of Maa and Baba. Jai Maa Kamakhya, Jai Bhaira Baba.